Good morning and welcome back to the morning commute. It is a cool 63 degrees down here in the valley. And we are headed into Central Phoenix. Happy Friday, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. We all have big plans for the weekend. The grandkids are coming down this weekend. No great grandkids yet. So we'll be hanging out doing the trick-or-treating thing this evening, and I think there's some other stuff going on close to here, like for the kids to hang out. And then tomorrow, I hope. Well, I don't know. I'm supposed to go get a truck wash. I want to get the inside cleaned up and everything. And then I also need to do some reading this weekend. And then other than that, we're just hanging out. I don't think we have any like big plans or like any kind of projects that we need to take care of, so it'll just be chilling. What about you guys? Have you guys been going to any trunk or treats lately, or are you going to be doing any hosting tonight or this weekend? I think, well, back when we were in Maricopa, so it's years ago, probably 2011, 10, our neighborhood was really nice and quiet back then, and one section they would just block off the whole street to cars, and then they would have everybody just like a kind of block party, not like a big old party, but just have a fire going because it was usually cool, and then in the evenings, and then just passing out candy and barbecuing, stuff like that. And it was fun. It was nice and quiet. It had a small town feel. So this year, I think we probably are going to have at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, at least 6 houses that will be passing out candy. We have several that have really young kids, so they'll help bring around the Halloween joy. I didn't get a costume or anything, so I'm just probably just gonna be sitting out in the front. I don't know if I want to park. Make sure there's enough room to walk in front. And then I'm still supposed to grab some candy, but we haven't done it yet, so I don't know if I'm gonna do it. But we'll see. Yeah, I'm a little behind schedule right now. You can tell by the traffic, but it's no rush, you know. If you're late, then you just put in your leave for however much you were late. If you had traffic issues, it's better to get there safely than, you know, rush and something else go wrong. But yeah, let's go see what's happening on the news today. We'll check traffic and see if there's any issues up ahead.
And that seems like, and he even calls it kind of the nuclear option, but it's like, boy, when you're on the other side of that conversation, and I don't care who you are, Republican or Democrat, you don't want to hear it.
Well, look, I mean, here's what will happen if you get rid of the filibuster. It's the same thing that happened when we got rid of, when they lowered the threshold on judges from 60 to 50, essentially, right? When you got rid of the ability to filibuster judges. If you can pass legislation with your 50 votes plus one, you're just not going to get bipartisan compromise anymore. And ultimately, the voters, it's funny with the voters, the question, do voters want bipartisan compromise? No, but they vote for it, right? We keep going back and forth, right? We kind of, as a country, we end up voting for divided government. We may not say we want it, but we're pretty happier when you have it. But if you get down to 50 votes in the Senate for everything, you think things are polarized now and party line and sort of very top down. I mean, this would bring back the machine era of politics, where everything would be, you must be party line vote, you must be this. And the beauty of this system of Buster was you get rid of it. You really do. It ends Mr. Smith. Okay, not to sound.
Mr. Smith goes to Washington. Yeah.
Right. It sort of ends that myth. Like there really is an opportunity for one senator to do something. You get rid of that, and there isn't.
I talked to the former sheriff of Pinal County, Mark Lamb, he ran for Senate here a couple of years ago. He's running for Congress this time, right? Yeah. And he makes a really good point. As we're all sitting here going, man, there's so many people who are going to lose SNAP benefits. He's asking the question. He's not saying that we shouldn't be handing out any SNAP benefits. He's asking the question, the broader economic question of why do we have 40 to 42 million Americans on SNAP benefits? What's wrong with our economy that we're in that position? And it's, of course, being highlighted by the shutdown.
Yes. What we find out is we do live, we have a pretty, income inequality is something that is an issue. And, this is something that I think is a very risk, it's the risk this cycle, it's the risk for the Republicans, last cycle was the risk for the Democrats, but which is this economy is uneven and it doesn't work for everybody. For the people, if you have a little bit of money, you're riding the stock market wave, and the only thing you're wondering is this wave's going to crash soon, right? It's going to crash. How do I, am I going to, which one of these AI stocks, pets.com, right? If you remember the internet bubble thing. But if you don't have any money to save, you're way behind. And this economy is not working for you. If anything, I mean, look at look at Amazon, which was one of the places that was, sort of where a lot of working class, working poor could get work. They're not totally minimum wage jobs, they're not the greatest jobs, these warehouse jobs, but they're, anywhere from 18 to 25 bucks an hour. Amazon's getting rid of all of them. Yeah. They're going to go robotic. They're excited about it. So, if anything, SNAP benefits, I bet you this increases over the next decade, not decreases, as we move into a more automated society and we have this transition. You're going to have a lot of workers who are just not trained for the new set of jobs. I mean, this is probably going to be a bigger issue. SNAP benefits, not one that shrinks.
That's free-range political analyst Chuck Todd joining us here on KTAR on the Arizona's Morning News. We always appreciate it.
Yeah, you can find him at thechucktoddcast.com.
Coming up next, should you spend your Halloween movie bucks on Begonia?
KTAR traffic alert. Here's John Roller now in the Valley Chevy Dealers Traffic Center.
All right, a little bit of good news, guys. We had the full closure of the eastbound side of the Loop 202 Red Mountain Freeway right at the 101 transition ramps earlier this morning. Lanes are opening back up. Now, the northbound 101 to the eastbound 202 ramp is still shut down while the tow trucks clear away this crash, but all lanes are back open. Eastbound Loop 202 right at the 101, so that will save you some time. The westbound side, you are unaffected by this. You are clear to go if you need to catch up to the northbound 101 Pima Freeway to head into Scottsdale this morning or continue westbound into the downtown area. And a earlier minor crash inside the tunnel, eastbound I-10, has been taken through the tunnel over to 7th Street, and the heaviest slowing coming eastbound on the 10 right now is right at the stack. John Roller, KTAR News.
Sunny today with a high of 88. We're looking at 89 tomorrow and 90 by Sunday and Monday. Your weather is brought to you by Howard Aaron Plumbing. Weather replace or repair, call Howard Aaron Plumbing.
should hopefully shift many of these businesses that have been trying to see how things settle out with tariffs, shift them back into expansion mode next year.
Harris says he doesn't expect inflation to come down to the Fed's 2% target at all next year. I'm Justin Howe for Marketplace.
We continue to cover food stamp payments not arriving for most beneficiaries starting this weekend. Another government shutdown problem here. In court, a federal judge in Boston yesterday appeared skeptical the Trump administration has the legal authority to suspend food aid for millions. 25 states and D.C. asked the judge to intervene. Markets S&P futures are up 0.7% now, with NASDAQ futures up 1.2% after Amazon's strong profit report late yesterday. Amazon stock is up 13% now in pre-market trading.
Marketplace Morning Report is supported by Legacy Box, dedicated to helping customers turn boxes with family videos and photos into memories that can be shared with generations to come. More at legacybox.com. And by TreviPay, a managed B2B payments platform for global brands, offering zero damage.
No surgery, no long recovery, whether it's your knees, hips, shoulders, or back. My friends at QC Kinetics will help you get moving again so you can get back to doing the things you love.
QC Kinetics medical professionals will look at your x-rays or MRI to determine if you're a good candidate.
I trust.
That's enough commercials for now, folks. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you have a great day and a safe Halloween. Don't forget to tell your loved ones how much you appreciate them. Get to spend some time with them. Help them out if they need some work around the house. Check on your sus and papas or your guas. And be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Let us know in the comments if you'll have any videos showcasing your Halloween guest. And we'll see if we can post something from tonight or this evening, afternoon, evening, because we'll have the grandkids, and then we'll also maybe send some footage from the goblins that are stopping by, just to see who's all around. So you guys have a safe day. Thanks for tuning in. Boston, go.